What's going on, guys? My name is Samnang, man. I'm the head coach at Peak Performance Academy and the host of the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. I'm a lifestyle and performance coach, hybrid athlete, and spiritual title of philosopher. So, this podcast is this me, and I want to teach you guys a little bit about journaling. It's like a little journaling introduction masterclass that I want to put together and talk a little bit some of the benefits of journaling because it's such a vital tool, critical, powerful tool for you and your personal development journey to develop to who you are as a person and stuff. So we're going to talk about it and a little bit of introduction on some what's going to be going on in this podcast is we're going to be a little bit of introduction of journaling, of the purpose and why behind it. We always start with the why when we do any personal development type of work, and asking the question of why is really one of the easiest things to get started in personal development, and asking why every day is a great start to a journaling practice. If you write every day why you woke up, why you're doing something, it's going to get better information to you. So we're going to talk about some of the benefits of journaling. We're going to talk about some of the types of journaling and how to get started with journaling. I've been journaling for about 8 years now. You can see from here, I labeled them. I got different types and styles of journals that we could go over and spark some ideas and inspiration. So this is going to be a good podcast. We're going to go over some techniques and prompts and how to develop a journal habit. Okay, and then how to deepen your journaling practice. So those are some of the things that we'll be talking about in this podcast. I hope you guys get some insight from it. This is a very powerful tool that ancient, old, wise people like Marcus Aurelius, I'm sure Jesus did it. I'm sure the wise philosophers all did it. If you want to be wise, if you want to be able to manifest a lot of what you want in your life, journaling is one of those practices that you should get started on. It's similar to like if you want to work out, if you want to look good and get in shape and everything, journaling is the exercise that you need to do. It might feel a little awkward in the beginning, but hopefully this podcast helps inspire you a little bit and give you some ideas on how to get started and where to get any more information. And of course, if you need any more additional support, feel free to reach out to us. Feel free to book a discovery call. I'm here at Peak Performance Academy to help people with their personal development journey. So let's get excited about this one. And if you are in need of trying to find your true self, your true identity, and how you fit in the universe, there's some benefits that will come from journaling. And the first thing that will benefit is your self awareness. So you're going to start to discover patterns and insights about who you are and what truly matters to you. It's interesting. Talk about this a lot when I ask people and I coach people, like ask them about themselves, and there's like a lack of clarity. And when you do a journaling practice, it builds a lot more clarity in who you are and how you interact amongst other people and how you go through life. So it's an important practice to really discover your true identity. And we talk a lot about identity when it comes to personal development. And this is why, and this is where it benefits. Another benefit from journaling is emotional healing. So the process and release of emotions that you've been holding on, that's been holding you back. There's a lot of memories. Like this is a way for you to process trauma. And remember, trauma is really just memories that recur over and over and over. And there's nothing like a journaling practice to help with the healing process, because every time you go and journal and write about either an emotion that you're dealing with, you could rewrite it, right? If you were in a state that was full of sadness and grief, when you rewrite that story, it can be very powerful in a way and heal you in the process and change that story. So that's why I journal so much, is that I deal with a lot of things just as much as you guys, that with stress and family. And Sometimes it's just how you the perspective that you put on and what you see. So part of journaling is be able to like helping reframe a lot of the pains that you're going through. The other thing that happens is that you gain a lot of clarity and focus. You have a lot of noise going on, especially when it comes to like what's going on in relevant news, other people, and everything. It helps kind of put together and clean up your thoughts. And it's a time where you can actually set goals that are specific to you without outside distraction. And one of the great benefits, another great benefits of journaling is creative expression. And like I said, in personal development and self actualization, creative expression, expression of like your soul, how you feel, your emotions, what your ideas are, what you want to manifest, what you want to draw, what you want to bring into your life, more abundance, more money, more relationships, better physical fitness, better health, right? Closer to your purpose, to your mission. And be able to express yourself in a way where it is an act of an act of manifestation. And one of the last benefits is stress relief. And you guys could all probably relate if you're around the same age as me. I'm 38 years old and I got two daughters and I'm recently divorced. I go through a lot of life changes and continuing to change and continue to like push myself. So there's a way for you to manage the stress by really just jotting down your thoughts. And when you put a thought down, it becomes processed. And without having a system to process your thoughts, your emotions, remember that might lead into something else. So this is just a practice that will a practice and a tool that is very easy to get started. And to get a little insight about, if you guys see kind of the few things that I've been manifesting and getting it out of my life in doing journaling, is I've been doing this consistently for 8 years now. And I want to tell you that when you do the consistent work, right, periodically, if you do it for like a month or two, you don't see the benefits. But if you do it consistently and with enough discipline, you start to become very masterful in your approach to how you see life. So those are some of the benefits of journaling, and I definitely think it's a great idea. And if you think journaling is, for girls and like putting down your talking about your feelings, you're incorrect. One of the greatest emperors, his name is Marcus Aurelius, Stoic philosopher who led one of the greatest nations, was a avid journaler, right? So that was one of the person that inspired me to start journaling, and some of my friends as well too. Now, let's get talking about how we get started in journaling. It's super easy, guys. It's Let's not overcomplicate what journaling is. You literally could get a piece of uh, paper towel and start writing your thoughts on there, right? You could write it even on a cereal box. But if you want to get serious and really um, care about your personal development journey, just get a journal. I have a journal that I really like. I bought a few of them from different places, but I really like this one. It's a little bit expensive. It's about $15 for this notebook, right? It's leather bound, and I find them at Staple. But whatever style of journal that you like, it doesn't really matter. It's not really relevant to anything as long as you have something. The reason why I go a little bit more expensive on the quality of the book that I have, it makes me really aware of not losing this notebook. I tell you the honest truth is I lost a journal for like a month, and it was like the most devastating thing, or like I was very sad. I lose materialistic things like headphones and like AirPods, but when I lost this journal, I was genuinely very like sad that I lost this, and it was almost like half of like my writing. But the reason why I go a little bit more expensive is just that I pay more attention to something that is quality, and when I carry it around, it shows that you care about something, and caring about something in your personal development journey is super important. So most people don't really care about their own thoughts or how they want to develop themselves. So picking a good journal, I recommend a physical journal, right? We spend a lot of time texting and writing on our phones and our computers, but this gives you a moment to actually hand write something, right? So it's an exercise outside of the day-to-day thing. So getting a notebook with a pen and paper, it is old school, but that old school type style like really exercises your brain. So another way to get started into journaling is buy a journal with prompts. And here's an example: my buddy Dean Bukhari wrote a book, daily gratitude journal, specifically for men. Right? I'll link it in the podcast. Um, but journal prompts that are already written gets you started. Similar, like if you're starting to get into like a meditation practice, guided meditation or journals with prompts are similar in that aspect. I've gotten to a point where I don't really need it in prompts, and I kind of just free write and whatever's on my mind and just go with the flow. That's where my journaling practice is. And some of the other stuff that you could add for your journals, I do some stickers. I use markers just to kind of be creative, different types of pens. So there's really no rules on it. I do it kind of however I feel and feel like want to do. But everything else is personal preference. And let's talk about some of the techniques and some of the prompts. My best thoughts for me, and this is different for everyone. My best thoughts come in the morning. So the first thing, if I'm trying to be intentional with my day, I spend the first part of my day doing a little meditation and then doing a little bit of journaling, right? Just setting an intention. I could even journal at nighttime. So the first part of journaling is setting a time to journal, right? Um, in the beginning, when you start to do a practice, it becomes awkward. It becomes kind of hard to put into your like daily routine. But finding a time frame where you have some space to do it, so that's the best thing. Um, and then just creating an environment for it. Like literally, I put these journals right in front of my bed. Right, if you put it besides you on your nightstand, you're most likely going to write something in it. It just stares you in the face, and you just there's a sense of accomplishment when you finish writing through a journal. It's like finishing a book. Uh, but a couple ways to stay motivated is to track your progress. Right. For me, is my goals is to try to write at least something once a day and reflect on some of the things that I've wrote about once a day. And journaling is a good way to set up like goals and milestones. And guys, thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. My name is Samnang, and I just wanted to take a moment and thank you guys for listening to the Flow In, Flow Out podcast. It's been great to have your support, and I want to tell you a little bit more how you can support the community and how we can support you as well too. So, if you like the Flow In, Flow Out podcast, the message that we're putting out, the information, the content, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel on Spotify. Please like it. Please share it. Please share an inspiring message. It helps with the algorithm. It helps get the message out to people that need it. So that would be greatly appreciated. Now, if you are in need of more personal development support in those areas of physical fitness, nutrition, mindset, spirituality, anything in that type of area, please book a discovery call with us. We'd love to help you. We'll get some time on the schedule to chat about what your struggles are, how we can help you, and we'd love to support you on that way. And if you are interested in being a part of uh, being a guest on the podcast, please let me know. If you have an inspiring story, you have something that you want to share, if you have a message that resonates that's similar to what we're sharing here on the Flow In, Flow Out podcast, we welcome you to be part of our show. We're super excited where the growth and the community is growing. So we look forward to having you here, and we look forward to working with you. And thank you guys so much for the continued support and the love, and we'll continue to keep putting out the good vibrations out there to help elevate the collective vibrations. And thank you guys so much. of journaling because many people do it in different ways, and I do it in different ways as well too. So I'm going to talk about and give you guys some examples of journaling, right? One of the first types of journaling you could do is reflective journaling. This is something that I do fairly often, but it also has transitioned almost into a manifesto where you start to reflect on what you want in life and your thoughts and your experience. And this helps create self awareness and also that act of writing it down and processing your thoughts is a very powerful tool. So maybe an example for reflective journeying is asking your question, your why. Why did you wake up today? You know, what did I do well today? What do I want to improve on tomorrow? And the next type of journaling is a gratitude journal. I got an example here. One of my best friends, his name is Dean Bakari. We're gonna have him on the podcast, but he's original personal development, and he put this daily gratitude journal for men here. So some folks need prompts and to get creative and get ideas, and gratitude with books and prompts, it helps you spark with creativity if you're kind of new to it. So it's a good idea. Like if you're new to journaling, get a journal that has prompts on there, and start working through the exercises. So some of the purpose of gratitude journaling is to focus on positive aspects of your life and to cultivate an mindset of gratitude. Gratitude is such a powerful emotion for you to do things. So you have to kind of cultivate that. The next type of journaling is bullet journaling. So this is for those folks that really get overwhelmed with a lot of things, especially when you have a lot of things to do, like starting a business, family, relationships, errands. This type of journaling is to organize your tasks, your goals, and thoughts in a structured format. This is a way to help boost productivity, enhances organization, and helps in tracking progress. Um, it's super easy to get started on doing this. It's really is listing some of the highest priority things that will move you forward and pay attention. This is a time where you could focus on activities that move you forward in life instead of actually just going through life and doing the same thing over and over. The bullet point journaling will help you organize what's the highest priority and you go about it. The next type of journaling is dream journaling. I'm not sure if any of you guys in my podcast listen. The consciousness, the subconscious is where you actually reprogram a lot of your thoughts. So the dream journaling, lucid dreaming, where you actually go in and become more aware of what your dreams are. And this is a pretty hard technique, but it's very beneficial to really like reprogramming your thoughts and really understanding what your subconscious is. So it documents like a dream journal. It'll exercise the brain knowing that hey, in the morning you're going to write something that you try to remember and everything. So it really is setting an intention to really reprogram that subconscious by doing dream journaling. So some of the benefits of dream journaling is it enhances creativity, it provides insight into your subconscious, and it can help you problem solve. That's one of the practice, like writing down about my dreams and everything is one of the most important things. That's why I'm able to manifest, is because I set an intention to really pay attention to what's going on in my subconscious. Um, Another type of journaling is travel journaling. I don't travel too much, but there's people out there that I know that travel, and this is one of those experiences where um, you could get a lot of insight and experience, and writing it down and documenting it and observing your experiences. It's a great way to really enhance your personal development growth. So, and then the last thing, or the last type of journaling, is art journaling. Uh, Art is an expression. It's an expression of who you are, your soul, right? It could be in anything creative. For me, it comes in forms of podcasting. It comes in forms of drawing, doing Instagram reels. uh, just doodling, just giving yourself the space and time just to be creative, because there is lots of benefits of you just drawing and just free flowing with everything. So things just kind of tend to create when you're just uh, going and doing. Now, guys, with everything in personal development, it doesn't happen overnight. There's no success. There's no real way to uh, see if you're getting, or there's no real way of like gouging success. And that's why we have journals. That's why we do journaling, is because you're the one that are able to set the tone of how you feel successful. And there's a couple ways to deepen your journaling practice. As you get started, you become a beginner and start to write things. It's the same with like meditation. As you get started, you're starting to become more aware, starting to figure out things that you enjoy about it. But in the beginning, take some time to be understanding of yourself, because there's no really destination in personal development. It's only just to be incrementally better, just to be better a little bit each day. And that's what your thoughts should be around when you start to journal. Um, there's things that you could do, like to help deepen your journaling practice, and you could combine it with meditation, right? Combine it with lucid dreaming, combine it with your training. You could even journal how you feel during your training, or what you want to change your physical body into. So those are like a more advanced type of journaling, and integrating other practice into your journaling practice. And just be creative. Sometimes that's what the journaling practice is for you. We could go through life in such a box, do what everybody does, and that part of the journaling gives you a creative outlet to really express if there's something outside of the norm that you want to do. So it's a space for yourself to put your thoughts, your ideas downs, and no matter what, like, you have to decide if your journal is going to be shared with everybody or keep it private. And most everybody keeps their journal private, so it's a form of shadow work, healing, and therapy, and it's going to help with that. So it is homework. It is a little bit of work and everything, but the benefits come way. There's so much benefits, and we talked about some of the benefits from journaling. You get mental and emotional well-being. You get enhanced creativity, personal growth, self-awareness, stress reduction, and mindfulness. But as with everything in personal development, you develop it yourself, right? So that journaling practice is such a powerful tool, and I just want to reiterate that in personal development and personal growth, of how important it is to take some time, really, just to from the outside of what is going on in the news, the media, social media, your friends, your family, your coworkers, and everything, and how you interact with day to day. But that space, that journaling practice, is your space. It is your specific space. You can decide how you interact in a world, full of a lot of different influences that could pull you in different ways. So personal development stuff is going to be so beneficial in your practice. And I probably repeated it again, but I've been doing this for 8 years. I started at the age of 30. This is when I started going more into personal development and more and towards my spiritual practice. And the act of it is very addicting. If you actually could dream it, get the idea, write it down, physically make it happen, right? It becomes a very an addicting process. And I've done it for 8 years, and I wouldn't say I'm a master at it, but I'm fairly good at journaling. So we could provide additional support on journaling, give you creative ideas and how to incorporate that lifestyle with a more meaningful and thoughtful approach to your day, where you're actually just not just going through your day with the same daily routines, but with an intention to accomplish something, an intention to manifest something, an intention how you want to feel something specifically. And journaling is a great practice. So I hope this podcast inspired you to journal more and give you some ideas. We do have additional support as well too, with the Peak Performance Academy and the life coaching calls. Um, and different ideas of what to write about. But I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I hope it inspired you a little bit to take some action and really focus on that. And it really could boost your goals and whatever you want. But that's the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.